In a remote cabin located in the Cascade Mountains, 72-year-old retired wildlife biologist Robert Hawkins discovered 3 eaglets under a fallen tree. Their nest was destroyed in a violent storm, and their parents were nowhere to be found. With more than 4 decades of experience in rehabilitating injured wildlife, Robert knew that these eaglets wouldn't survive the night without intervention. Despite the opposition from his aging joints, Robert carefully gathered the trembling birds and brought them to his cabin. For weeks, he meticulously fed them, maintaining a detailed record of their growth and development. He named them Kaya, Hurricane, and Sierra as the eagles grew stronger. Robert built them an outdoor enclosure, teaching them essential survival skills while maintaining minimal human contact. When they reached 6 months of age, he knew it was time to return them to the wild. With a heavy heart but unwavering resolve, he opened the enclosure and watched as his adopted family soared into the crisp mountain air. Years passed, and Robert continued his solitary life in the mountains. Although he had often seen eagles soaring overhead, he could never be certain if they were his 3 rescued birds. Then, on the morning of a harsh winter, everything changed. While collecting firewood, Robert slipped on ice and fell into a deep ravine. His leg was broken, and there was no sign of his emergency phone. As the temperature dropped and darkness fell, he feared it could be his last night alive. But then an unusual sound caught his attention. 3 large bald eagles were circling above him, air calls echoing through the canyon. To his amazement, they descended and landed nearby, their familiar behavior stirring recognition in his heart. One eagle repeatedly called from its position, its specific cry growing louder. Hours later, search and rescue teams found Robert, guided by the unusual behavior that had attracted the attention of a passing hiker. The rescue team was astonished by the 3 eagles, who refused to leave the scene until Robert was safely loaded into the helicopter. Robert later confirmed what had known in his heart. These eagles were Chia, Hurricane, and Sierra. The eagles he had rescued as eaglets years ago. They had recognized their benefactor and returned the favor when he needed it the most. Today, Robert still lives in his cabin, but he is never alone. 3 regal eagles regularly visit his property, leaving feathers on his porch, a reminder that, in a way, compassion, even among wild creatures, comes full circle. This story proves that kindness is never forgotten. Would you believe it? If nature repaid you in the same way,